Namaste, Dr. Meenakshi here. So today I am with the new topic, that is I am starting the diseases. I will explain one disease in one video. So today I took the disease asphyxia neonatrum, that is the respiratory problem, respiratory distress in a newborn. It is known as asphyxia neonatrum in newborn. Especially, what is this asphyxia? There will be the obstruction in the airway. It is the common chief complication or chief complaint which we hear repeatedly in newborns, right? Um, Usually we will hear, especially in gynecologist hospitals, this word we will hear on regular basis. That is, if the baby is having respiration problem, the baby is having asphyxia neonatrum. In general language, they will say the baby is not able to breathe, so they kept in the ICU, right? So today we will see what is this asphyxia neonatrum. As I said, it is the chief complaint in the newborns, especially immediately after birth. Till 1 minute, if we correct this respiration problem, then the baby will be fine. So in especially in our newborn cases, we will say the first 1 minute of baby's birth will be the golden minute. The prana pratyagamana, which we follow, the resuscitation process will be followed within 1 minute after birth, right? So that 1 minute is the golden minute. Whatever we want to correct this respiration distress, we should correct in that 1 minute. So what is this asphyxia neonatrum? This is applied for the newborn and who does not breathe for some time, though the heart is continuing to breathe. Here the condition will be, though the heart will be beating continuously, but there will be no respiration, or there will be the obstruction in the airway, and it accounts inadequate. The condition will be accounts inadequate oxygenation and inadequate elimination of the carbon dioxide. The condition will be oxygenation supply will also be low, and there will be carbon dioxide elimination will also be in inadequate conditions. So this condition leads to the respiratory acidosis, and later in initial stage only respiration acidosis will be. If we correct it, the baby will be all right. If it goes to chronic stage, then there will be metabolic acidosis also will occur. So we saw the condition. What is the condition? So next is probable causes. What may cause to have this respiratory distress in newborn immediately after birth, right? Probable causes may be during pregnancy. If the pregnant woman didn't follow the correct way, routine way of caring way of the pregnancy, then it may cause by mithya ahara vihara, like mithya means which is not suits for the pregnancy. If she follow the routine, it may cause or placental infraction due to placental insufficiency and placental previa, and cord compression. We will hear cord around the neck. In scanning, there is the single cord loop around the neck or two cord loop around the neck. In such conditions, it may happen, or congenital cardiac abnormalities. In such conditions, it may happen immediately after birth, or in fetal hemolytic diseases this may happen, or in the placental insufficiency. As we know, through placenta only the whole nutrition for the baby will go from mother to fetus in pregnancy, right? So if there is placental insufficiency, in such conditions it may happen, or in last condition is during labor. If during labor, if the mother, especially if the pregnant woman, nowadays it's very common, right? All need some, not all, some women will be having in mind that we need normal delivery only. In such conditions, if the mother is having contractions, but the contractions are not in a severe stage to get delivery, in such conditions, if she give pressure to the fetus, contractions are not increasing, though she is waiting without doing the C-section. If she is waiting, it will distress the baby's or a fetus respiratory. So in such conditions it may happen. These are the probable causes. So next is coming to how we can diagnose this, how we can know whether the baby is having or a fetus is having respiratory distress during labor or before the labor, right? We can diagnose it with FHS FHS before delivery. Usually after getting the contraction, the gynecologist will routinely check the FHS, right? Fetal heart sound. So in by the perfect gynecologist, if she is perfect in diagnosing, then she can diagnose that baby is going for distress. And if there is meconium stain immediately after birth, if the newborn is having meconium stain, then we can clearly say that there is respiratory distress, because as we see the meconium stain, we will get to know the baby's airway will be blocked by the meconium. So there will be the conditions of respiratory distress. Or in another condition through which we can diagnose is estimation of fetal blood pH value. By immediately after birth, by the estimation of pH value of the fetus, we can go through the diagnosis of the respiratory distress. It should not be below 7.2. It indicates the respiratory distress. If the pH value is below 7.2, then it indicates there is respiratory distress in a fetus. So next, coming for examination part, how we can examine whether, how we will come to know that in which condition the respiratory distress is there, right? Examination part. So examination here we will do is Apgar scoring. Usually in newborn examination we will study this clearly, right? Apgar scoring, nothing but APGAR. I added this slide, you can see. So what is A here? Appearance, and P means pulse, G means grimace, and A, next A is activity, and R is respiration. So appearance is how the normal baby's appearance will be, pink or reddish color will be. Here the color varies according to, we will give the scoring 0, 1, 2 in Apgar scoring. So it varies. And next, coming for pulse, what is the normal pulse rate in newborn? It will be 100 plus or minus, above 100 it is normal, and the accurate value is 120 plus or minus 20, right? So that is the pulse. If it is the range changes according to the score. And next is grimace. Grimace means the activity or response of a newborn for your stimulus. If you stimulate the baby, how it will react. When you insert the catheter in a nose, how the baby will react. If the baby is normal newborn, how it will react? It will extend all his extremities, it will shake all his bodies, right? That is the normal condition. Again, it also varies according to the scoring, according to the condition. And next is APGA, that is activity. How the activities of baby will be, or the sleeping position, how the normal baby will sleep. It will extend all the extremities, upper extremities and lower extremities. It will sleep in a supine position. So here we will see the activity, how the baby is sleeping, whether extending all extremities or not, whether extending only upper extremities or only lower extremities, we will see. And coming for respiration, what is the normal respiration of a newborn? 40 to 60 per minute, right? So according to this we will score, we will give the score 0, 1, 2, we will give. The normal score is 40 to 60 per minute. So we will give scoring according to this, all into 5, that is APGAR. 5 scoring, so 5 heading scoring we will give. We will add all that. By adding all that, we should get 10. By adding all this, you will get the 10 scoring, right? 0, 1, 2. If the scoring is 7 to 10, then baby is normal. We no need to worry. Just routine care you can go for. If the baby is having the scoring below 7 and above 5, 5 to 7 or 4 to 7, the baby need moderate treatment. moderate, just NICU care the baby need for few days. If the baby is having below 4, the scoring is below 4, then the baby is severely distressed. The baby needs oxygenation, ventilator, everything. Very keen observation and very keen treatment the baby is going to have in a future for maybe for weeks or month. It needs the perfect treatment. The baby will be having severe distress in a health. So next type is, we saw the condition. What is the condition? We saw the causes, we saw the examination, and we saw the according to examination score how we should, in 3 conditions, how we should treat, right? So the last point is how we should avoid this. By getting a respiratory distress immediately after birth, how we should avoid. The only thing is what we saw, the probable causes. What are the causes we saw? We can prevent them, and we should give the routine checkups for the pregnant ladies. With routine checkup, they should be in maintenance of hygiene or nutrition diet, or maybe the care. Everything should be maintained in pregnancy, gestational age, so that the respiratory distress, these conditions will be prevented immediately after birth. So this was about the asphyxia neonatal. It is one of the defect, or it is one of the disorder, discomfort in respiratory system immediately after birth. There will be respiratory distress. In our study term, it will come under the birth injuries. In the birth injuries, this asphyxia neonatal is one of the disease. Thank you.